Yes, girl. Because y'all saw all my engagements I had last year. I don't know why y'all be sleeping on me, girl. You think I just be making that stuff up? Do y'all think I just be making that stuff up? Like, I'm doing like real engagements, like dude getting on his knee, a ring, a whole proposal, and she's saying yes. I take what I do very seriously. So when I tell you that he about to propose, I take a lot of factors in before I tell someone that. There's a lot that goes into that whole thing. So if I tell you that it's going to happen, more than likely it's going to happen. So, and I don't really now with love, when I talk about love, because I think that is like a sensitive thing. People's money and their love is like a sensitive thing. So I'm really, really careful about what I tell someone with regards to love. Because if you tell someone something like that and they really, and their intentions is to be in love and to be in a relationship, they're going to take everything you say literally. So you have to be really, really careful about talking about love and all that kind of stuff. But the crazy part of it is, I try to explain that to people that, I can tell you about all this great energy you have around you for love and the potential that you have for love, but you have to do the work. You have to do, they seem to miss that part when I say you have to do the work. You have to be out. You have to be open. You need to work on yourself. Yes, it's you. You're literal. But they miss the part when I tell them you have to do the work. You have to be open. You have to be working on yourself. You have to leave your house. Um, yes, and people just like, you told me I was gonna meet somebody. Okay, well, did you go out anywhere? Uh, did you tell your friends that you were open to love? Did you get on a dating website? Did you accept it? The guy that asked you out that was a little bit odd, a little bit peculiar, not your type. Did you go out on a date with him? And like, no, you didn't do any of those things. So how the hell you think that you're gonna find love if you won't do anything? So I don't know. It baffles me. Now, I'm gonna tell you another thing. When I do those predictions, um, I don't only just talk about love. I don't only just talk about like somebody coming into your life. There's four scenarios that could go into that, but people seem to not hear those other three scenarios. They get stuck on one scenario. And let me tell you what the four scenarios are. So, when you book a reading with me, and either if it's a love reading or if it's just a spiritual reading all the way around, and we're going to talk about multiple areas. When we get to the area of love, I do have a secret formula. I literally do. I'm not making that up. I do have a secret formula that can determine the age in which your love life will be activated. I literally have a formula and it is down to a science, okay? So I'm not making that up. So what I'll do is I'll come up with the age in which I think that something is going to happen in your love life. And I'm very careful about the terminology I'll use with that. When your love life will activate. And I typically do two ages because at the end of the day, I'm a person that believes in free will. We have the free will to do what we want to do. But I also explain that before I give you the age, I am going to explain to you what could possibly happen at this time. And people don't listen to what I'm telling them after I say, there's two things that I say in this and they get stuck on this. The first thing that I will tell you is at that age, if you are totally single, if you are not seeing anyone, you're not in a relationship, there's no romantic connection with anyone. This would be the age in which someone could possibly come into your life that could turn into a long-term commitment or long-term relationship. That's one scenario. The second scenario would be if you were someone that was in a relationship and the relationship was going well and it was healthy and you guys were in love, blah, 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 blah. This would be the age in which there would be some type of permanence put on the relationship. So that could look like living together, getting engaged, or getting married, or just making a commitment to each other to see each other exclusively. That's scenario number two. Scenario number three is, and this is the one that people never hear. Scenario number three. If at this age you're in a relationship and it's not going well, or the relationship is stagnant, or it's bad, this is the time that you will possibly experience a breakup in the relationship. Nobody ever hears this. Nobody ever hears this. Okay? Or number four, nobody ever hears number four either. The fourth scenario would be if it was none of the other three, this would be the time that you would start to really get serious about relationships and that you would start to really decide what you wanted in a relationship, what you wanted in a mate, what you need to work on as within yourself and how you show up in relationships. That would be the time that will become important to you. Now, for some reason, nobody ever hears that one and never hears the breakup. They never hear that. The only thing they hear is, I'm single, I'm going to meet somebody. That's what she said. Or I'm in this relationship and he's going to ask me to marry him. But nobody ever hears the last two. So then we get to 6 months later when it's time for you to do another reading with me. And then you're upset because y'all had a breakup. Okay, but didn't I tell you that was a possibility? Did I not say that was a possibility? Nobody wants to hear those parts. Nobody wants to hear that. But when we come back around and then you want to book another reading with me because you want to tell me that y'all broke up. Okay, well, didn't I tell you that's a possibility there could be a breakup? But you said that he was going to propose. No, I did not say that. I did not say that. I did not say that this man was going to propose to you. I said, if the relationship was going well, I said all of that. You didn't hear me say, if the relationship is going well, if you guys are in love, all of that, all the positive things are there on the relationship. Y'all are in this thing. Did you hear that part? Or did you just hear me say he's going to propose and y'all going to get married? That's all you heard me say, but you didn't hear me say nothing else. You didn't hear me say if there's issues in the relationship, if there's distance in the relationship, or you guys are not connected, there's the likelihood of being a breakup. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear none of that. Okay? None of that. You didn't hear when I said this will be the time that you start to take relationships seriously. You'll start to figure out what you want in a relationship. What you heard was somebody was going to come along and it was going to be a long-term commitment. You twisted everything I said and you picked out what you wanted to hear. And here we are a few months later and you looking at me like boo-boo the fool trying to tell me, well, you said, no, I know what I said. I'm very clear on what I said now. What you decided to do with the information that I told you is your business. And let me tell you what also happens. I love my clients and I love new clients and I love you guys coming in and we start talking about what's going on in your life. I love that because I want us to do well and I want everybody to be happy. But this is what happens when I post a review or I get feedback from a client that's gotten engaged. Okay. And I've had a few. So I'm always excited when I see my clients have gotten engaged based on the prediction that I've given them because they did the work. When you see these clients engaged, they've done the work that I told them to do. They've done the work. So when I post a picture of this girl and she's got her ring on and she's engaged, my business grows. It really, really grows. It really does. I'm going to tell you, engagements and babies grow my business. But what happens is I get clients that want that. And I'm like, okay, we all want that, to some certain degree. Okay, you but what you saw me post was, I told her that this would be the time that this would happen. But she had a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend. So she was in a relationship. And her relationship was going well. And it was probably headed in that direction. The only thing that I told her was when it could possibly happen. I am not giving out boyfriends. I don't have a stash of boyfriends in my closet over here. So if you book a reading with me, that I'm just going to go in my closet and give you a boyfriend and give you a fiance. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. Okay. A lot of times when you see the engagement on my page, these are people that have been in a relationship, and I've advised them that this is coming. This is the time that it's going to come. And you can anticipate the proposal to come at this particular time. And it's not even an exact time. It's going to be a roundabout time. So when you come to me and you want to talk about love and you want that and everything, yes, I want to get you there. But I'm not giving out boyfriends. I'm not giving out fiancés. I don't have fiancés to give out. I wish I could give you a fiancé. I really wish I could. But what I can do for you is I can tell you when you are in love energy. I can tell you when it's a good time for you to start putting yourself out there. I can tell you when you will start to see a lot of activity, whereas people coming into your life on a romantic level. I can tell you that, okay? I can also tell you, be open. You have to be open. This doesn't work unless you're open. This is based on your energy. So if you're not going to be open, if you're not going to do the work and fix yourself and do all of that, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just don't work. And let me tell you something. If there's a breakup, it was supposed to be a breakup. It was supposed to be a breakup. That is a part of love. I know people don't believe that or don't want to believe that, but breakups are a part of love. That is the universe's way of telling you that this relationship has ran its course. You've learned everything that you need to learn in this relationship, and it's time to move on and take those lessons that you've learned to your forever person. Okay? So breakups are a part of that. But nobody ever seems to hear that when we talk talking about relationship. Another thing nobody ever seems to hear is when they particularly book a love reading, and I tell them that and I hate telling people this, that you're really not in an energy of love right now. You're really not in energy of love. Like, yes, you could find love. I'm not saying that, but for what you're looking for right now, you're not supported by the universe right now for love. However, what you are supported for is getting your money up. Like, if you can make a lot of money. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. Nobody wants me to tell them this right now is not the time for love. What you're looking for is just right now, not right now. Nobody ain't trying to hear that. And I'm trying to tell you, if you really, really got focused, you can make a lot of money. If you really got focused, you could make a great strides in your career. If you really got focused, you could get your health together. You could work out. You get your body together. I'm telling you where to put your energy. I'm telling you where to put it. Ain't nobody listening to me. All they heard me say was, and in their mind they heard me say, oh, you ain't gonna never find nobody. I never said that. I said, right now, the focus is not love. The focus is somewhere else. Nobody ever listens to me. Nobody. So my thing is, if you are a new client, come to me and be open to what we talk about and what we discover and where you are in life. Okay? That is the purpose of astrology. It is to help you identify the areas in your life that are supported and the areas of your life that you may need work on. That's what it's there for. And I'm not trying to keep you from love. I'm just saying, not now, not now. And be open to. I said what I said. Yeah, I didn't have to say that. I never. I have had people say, "You said such and such and such." Girl, I did not say that. I know exactly what I said. Now, what you heard is not none of my business, but I know exactly what I told you. So, just be open. Come into it with an open heart, an open spirit, an open mind, and you're going to receive the information. And because after the reading is over, it's up to you what you do with it. It's it's up to you what you do with it. But I want to see y'all all happy. I want y'all to get exactly what you want. Um, I do. But those of you that are wanting love and refuse to go out of the house, I don't know how to make that work. I don't know. I don't know how to make it work. Another thing that I don't know how to make work is when I do these love readings. And it is so funny. And I'm going to talk about this. The resistance of being open to dating someone outside of your culture, your race, or your country. I get pushback with that. Because there is a way that you can identify, um, and I'm gonna just keep this strictly to women. There is a way for you to identify a woman's husband or long-term partner in her chart and what he's likely to be. And I get a lot of pushback when I tell someone that it's a high probability that your husband or the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with is not going to be of the same race as you. Ooh, they don't want to hear that. They do not want. They do not want to hear that. They do not want to hear that. And I'm like, okay, well, I thought you wanted to be in love. I thought you wanted to find the person that was going to love you the way you want to be loved and take care of you and cherish you and protect you and provide for you and all those things that you said you wanted. And then when I tell you, well, you could probably have all those things, but he's not going to look like what you think he's going to look like. You may need to be open to dating outside of your race. I get major pushback from that. Major pushback from that. So I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you at that point. I don't know what to say. Your soulmate is probably going to be a white guy. What you want me to say? What do you want me to do? I can't change that. At this point, I don't care anymore. Okay, but I don't. But I want you to change that energy. I don't want you to say I don't. At this point, I don't care anymore, because at that statement says to me that you're not really what I want, but I'll just take you. No, you don't want to put that kind of energy on it. You want to put the energy of I want to I want the person to come into my life that is divinely made for me. Um, I want him to have these qualities. I want him to um, love me in a way that I want to be loved and I want to be taken care of and all these things. And whatever package he comes in, I am open to that. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that as long as I don't end up with the, the family here. As long as I don't end up in the family freezer. Let me tell you something. Everybody putting folks in freezers now. So you got to be careful with everybody. Because everybody running around here got the potential to put you in a freezer. For real, for real. But love is hard. Love is hard. And I was thinking about like moving forward. I was thinking about doing a little bit more study with synastry and doing offering readings with regards to people that are in a relationship and maybe they've gotten engaged or they're headed that way and they want to see if they are actually astrologically compatible with each other. So I was thinking about doing that, but I don't know how much of a headache that would be. I'm late to this live, but I receive all of this. What? Take it, honey, take it. But I don't know if that'll be a headache um, with that. Um, I had a girl ask me, and the reason I thought about this because I had a client of mine ask me if I did couples readings. And I thought to myself, I'm like, ew, I don't really want to get involved with that. And I said, well, no, I don't do couples readings. I don't really feel comfortable with doing those. And she was like, oh, well, why don't you? And I said, well, if I do a couples reading, I'm going to be honest about it. So if I do this reading with you and your boyfriend, and his chart says that he needs to be single and focus on himself, I'm going to tell him that. And then you're going to be pissed off. Okay, so do you really want me to do a couples reading? And she was like, never mind. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, because, you know, what if he does need to be by himself and just focusing on himself? You drug me into this. What you thought was going to happen was I was going to say that he needs to go ahead and propose to you and y'all get married. So I don't know if I want to open that can of worms with that, but at the same time, I think it's a very exactly. I think it's a very interesting way to do things because I don't know if you guys know in Vedic astrology, sidereal astrology, which is studied in India, they won't get married if they're not astrologically compatible. Yeah, they place a heavy importance on that. Like, those are arranged marriages most of the time. So, even if these people come from the right family, they have the right money, they got these two people together. Hey, hon, they got these two people together. The final say comes down to the astrologer. And what the astrologer does is looks at these people's chart and determines whether or not they are astrologically compatible. And a lot of times, if he says they're not, now that doesn't mean that they can't get married, but it does carry a lot of weight as to whether or not these people will actually marry each other. And you will find that if they find out that they're not compatible astrologically, because you have to remember these are more than likely two people that have not met each other, or there's no dating process with this. So they haven't spent a lot of time together, they haven't dated, they haven't done any of this. So they're literally two strangers coming together, and the astrologer tells them based on just their natal chart whether or not that they could be married. And if they say it's not a good match, more than likely these people won't get married. And I was I was doing some research on that particular area of study, and they were doing interviews with these couples, and these couples had these 30, 40, 50-year marriages. Now, keep in mind, it's a cultural difference, you know. So, United States is the only people with divorce rates that are 50%. But culturally, it's different. However, with talking to them about how they got together and how astrology played a factor in their relationship, they appear to be very happy and they appear to be very compatible. And what I have always believed in, it's more for me, it's more important for me to be compatible with you as opposed to in love with you, because I can be in love with anybody and it'd be the wrong person and that'd be the worst relationship you can have on earth. But if I'm compatible with you and there's enough things that we have in common, that's going to, for me, I believe that that is a makes for a better relationship, because we do have those commonalities between us and we do have those things in common. And I think people put too much weight on love. I do. I know that sounds crazy, but I think people put way too much, especially women. I think women put way too much value in love. Like, girl, you love somebody, he's still a trash ass dude. So how's that working for you? But that's just me. That's just me. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was in love with somebody. That was the most trash ass relationship I ever had. But nevertheless, um, I think compatibility is more important than love. Um, I don't think you necessarily have to be in love with somebody to marry them. I don't. And I know somebody's gonna say, "Hey, she's crazy. Do you have to be in love?" No, no, you don't, because it's a lot of people in love in miserable marriages. It's a lot of people. 50% divorce rate will tell you love ain't enough. That tells you right there. Statistics tell you love is not enough when your divorce rate is at 50%. Okay, and let's not break it down culturally in the black community. We don't even want to do those stats because those will make you just be miserable as hell. So we're not even going to dive into that stat over there and how dismal those numbers are. So clearly, love is not enough for a healthy marriage or even a healthy relationship. So I want women to stop. Black women, stop with that love crap that y'all be. Love has gotten y'all into some of the most dumbest relationships, the most trash, toxic situations, all in the name of being in love with somebody. Miss me with that. I don't want to hear all that. No, I don't want to hear all that. So don't tell me nothing about being in love. But I do believe in love, though. I do. I do believe in love. But I never believed that it was just like the thing that was the most important in a relationship. If we're not compatible, I can love you all day, and it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. I don't even know how I got on this subject. See, sometimes I just be rambling on when I'm bored. But yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, so I get these clients who I love and adore, and they're the most wonderful things ever. But when we talk about love, it gets real crazy. It gets real crazy. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, which is funny because girl, yeah, sugar daddies are. But okay, so before I go on to the guys that I have readings with, I need women to start thinking of relationships and as transactions because they are transactional. They are transactional. So, stop letting men tell you that money is not important in the relationship. Yes, it is, because the number one factor that people divorce over is money. So clearly it's important. And a man is supposed to provide provisions for you, and provisions include money. So quit letting these dudes tell y'all otherwise. Okay. His job is to I'm about to cuss. His job is to provide. And if he doesn't provide and he doesn't want to provide, he's not doing his job. So miss me with that. You shouldn't be worried about money and y'all need to work together. No, I don't. Your job is to provide, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. And if you can't provide, move along. Okay? So, yes, relationships or marriage are transactional. Quit with this whole submission thing. If you want submission, it is transactional. What are you willing to give for my submission? Period. You don't get my submission just because you're a man. What are you providing in order to have my submission? Because clearly, my submission must be important, and it must be of some type of value, since you keep talking about you wanting me to submit. So apparently it holds some kind of weight and some kind of value. So since it does, what are you willing to give me for it? What are you providing me with in order to get this submission that you insist that I give to you? And that's all I'm going to say on that. So we're going to talk about my male clients. And I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think? Because I have quite a few male clients. What do you think of my male clients? What is the most popular reading that my male clients ask me for? And I do quite a few. So I do readings that have to do with overall your spiritual readings. So we do multiple areas. I do birth chart readings. Um, I do career readings. I do love readings. So, of my male clients, what do y'all think is the most popular reading that I give my male clients? I'm gonna give you, just give me a guess. Not everybody answer at once. Love. You think it's love? I got one, finances. Okay. I'm gonna take one more guess to see. Okay, so I don't wait. I don't have time to wait on the guess. The most popular reading I have with my male clients is actually love readings. Can you believe that? Yeah, love readings. They specifically book to talk about love. So, you know what? I could probably turn that into something. Maybe I could turn it into like a matchmaking service or something. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna have to think about that. That's a good idea. That just came to me. I'm gonna have to write that down. Yeah. So the male clients that I get book me to talk about their love lives, and they are like serious about their love life. They're serious about finding someone. Most of them are single, and or most of them are they're are in a relationship and they're not really sure about the person that they're with or whatever. But the running theme with them, the common theme with them is they're ready to settle down and they're ready to get married, and they're really, and what I like about my male clients are they do the work. If I tell them that this is something that they have to do, they will do it. So yeah, they come to me to talk about love and when is love coming and what could possibly, what kind of woman would be best for them, because just like you can tell the type of husband that a woman will have, you can also tell the kind of wife that a man would have. Where do they live? Send us. I'm thinking about making that a matchmaking service. That actually, I may now have fiancés in my closet that I can give y'all. Okay, so yeah, I have. They come and they do readings about their love life, and they want to find love, and they, are ready to settle down. And these are guys that are ready to settle down, like ready to settle down. And it's funny because they'll come to me and do the love reading, and sometimes we'll kind of like get into, what have they gotten together, as far as being ready for marriage, because they're ready for marriage. And almost all of them have told me that they are establishing their career or they're establishing their job. Most of them have bought a house or they're ready to buy a house. Um, and a lot of them are ready to start a family. Some of them have children, but they are like ready. See, you can't put 6 foot tall and can't cook. Let's tell you, statistically, there are not a lot of 6 foot and taller men in the world. The average height for a man in America is actually 5'9". So you're gonna have to be flexible. It's not a lot of 6 footers out there. It's really not. It is more 5'9ers and 5'10ers. So if a man tells you he's 6 feet, he's probably 5'10". Okay, so it's not a lot of 6 footers out there. Okay, and most 6 footers are broke. So just move around. So you're gonna might have to get you a 5'9" and wear some flats, or you're gonna have to you got to get you a 5'10" that claims to be 6 feet. But it's not a lot of 6 footers out there. I'm sorry, ladies. 6 footers and up are there's not a lot of them. It's really not. So if you get one, you're getting a unicorn. To be honest with you, you really are. And I know women love tall men. I love tall men too. However, y'all better stop looking over these 5'9"ers and these 5'10"ers. These are your providers and your protectors and your good dads and your come on now. I'm not saying settle, but we're gonna have to kind of like open up. As long as he has all his teeth. Now that you gotta have your teeth, and they gotta be in good condition. That's I know that's a deal breaker with me. I can't do yuck mouths, but no, I get a lot of, and they're usually in the, I'm gonna say in the age range of Ooh, probably around early 30s to early 40s. So they're in that window of 30 to 40 that I get a lot of them to talk. They want to talk about love. They already got their money together. They already got their resources together and all of that. Um, but they want to talk about love. Now, I will tell you, most of them are Hispanic. Most of them are Hispanic. I don't know, but most of them are Hispanic, and it's just weird. And I try to track that to see. I don't know why that is, but they're mostly Hispanic. I think I've had maybe two two black guys. Um, One of them he was already engaged, and the other one he actually was he did a reading for an overall reading of his life, and he was really deep off into his career. But they're mostly Hispanic, um, and they're open to meeting. And what I love about readings with men, not only do they take the information, but when they talk about love, they're open to whomever comes into their life. They're open to whomever she is. So they're not so much caught up in she has to be, of the same culture. Though it's nothing wrong with that because, we're human. We're attracted to what's familiar to us. But I noticed that they're just open to finding whomever she is, you know. So that's what I like about doing readings with men. I like that, and they listen and they do the work. They really do, and they tip well. So anyway, what else are we going to talk about? If they are Dominican or Puerto Rican, send them up. I'm trying to be more open. It's rough. It is. It absolutely. That's why you have. That's why you. I agree, Ashley. It is. Oh, it's very hard to be open. They are all short. Well, they may be height challenged, but guess what they are? They are gainfully employed. Okay. They are looking for a wife to provide for, and they have things already in place to provide a life for a wife. So they may be short, but they ain't short on the other stuff that they got going on. Okay. Now back to Ashley. I don't want to be a fetish. I totally agree, but maybe we can. You know what? I hate that word fetish. I mean, because when you think about it, don't you want your man to want you like that? I mean, like you do something for him, like when he looks at you, like you everything that he wants in bed, like he fetishizes you. Like I get what you're saying, but shit, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with my man looking at me and being like, damn. I mean, I like that. So it's all in how you look at it. It's all in how you look at it. All in how you got to change your perspective on some things. I get what you're saying. There are some people out there, some men out there that strictly want to make you some kind of fetish. I get that. But you kind of have to, you know, kind of change how you look at that word and maybe take the negativity off of it. And I'm just saying, we gotta just be open. Just be open. Be open. So more like a preference. Yes, like a preference. Like a preference. Um, so yeah, that is my experience with my business thus far. Yeah. Um, it has been it's been very interesting. I will say that when it comes to my female clients, um, I deal with a lot in the age range of um, early 20s up to probably late 30s, maybe late 30s, early 40s. So it's a broad range with them. So early 30s, early 40s. Um, so it's a broad range with that. Um, I have a few clients that are, in their 50s, 45 and up. But other than that, does anyone have any questions? We're just talking. What do y'all want to talk about? Because y'all know I'm going to delete this live after it's over with. All right. Well, I'm going to get off of here. I need to go do some stuff before I go to bed. Now, if any of you want to get a personal reading from me, I am going to put my website in the comments. That's wrong. Well, I enjoyed it too. Okay, that's the wrong website. Wrong website. I enjoyed it too. I sure did. Yeah, go and book. There's not a lot of appointments left for this month because I've been trying to work out this new schedule. But as soon as I get the February schedule up, I will let you guys know. Actually, I better go in there and close that schedule down because before somebody books them there. I'll open it up for February. Mm, I'm so excited for this year and some things that I have planned for myself and for my business. Okay, so what do y'all think about before I go? What do y'all think about this whole thing with me doing the couples readings? You think I should or I shouldn't? I just feel like that could be a powder keg, right, waiting to explode. I don't know. I think it would be popular. I don't think I'd have a problem selling it, but you're here for it. I feel like I guess my question is, should I do it with regards to if I do it as a couple type thing? Because I don't know if I feel comfortable, like if I had a client that booked with me and then she wanted me to look at this guy's chart. She got all his information, but he's not present. I feel like that's a bit unethical. I don't know if I feel like that would be something. I feel like I would be invading somebody's privacy. What do y'all think about that? You think it'd be good to step outside of the box a bit? I'm gonna have to really, really think about that. I mean, because okay, so Ashley, if you came to me and you were in a relationship, and you wanted to come to me with your boyfriend, and you wanted me to, sit y'all down and look at both your charts and how they work together, and let's just identify areas where y'all have strong points and maybe weak points. And all of a sudden, I just bust out and say, I'm just gonna call him Michael. And I just all of a sudden say to Michael, you know what, to be honest with you, I don't really think that it's time for you to settle down. I really think it's time for you to travel the world and, have new experiences and do all this, that, and other. So I don't think marriage is on the agenda for you for the next couple of years. How would you feel if you're sitting there and you're his girlfriend and you might have in the back of your head thinking that you're ready to settle down and I've just told your boyfriend to go travel the world? I mean, would you like be pissed off? I think it would be the same level as couples therapy, but the truth hurts. Hmm. That's a very mature answer. I don't know if I believe that. Um, but that's a very mature answer. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to really think about that, and I'm going to pray on that one. Mm. I'm gonna think about that one, but I do think that it would actually be a great business, and it would definitely go over well. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll let y'all know how that goes and whether or not that becomes a thing. Because I don't want to waste my time. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, in that moment, you may not feel that way after what I said, but later on down the line, you'll be like, you know what? I'm glad I know now. So, yeah, okay. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. I think I'm probably going to have a couple of test subjects that I could use to see. Actually, I do. I do have a couple that's engaged now, and I think that they're made for each other. So I'm not too much worried about that one. So I'm gonna see if they would like to be my test couple. Actually, I have two couples that I can ask to see if they want to be my test couple to see how it works out. Oh, I hope I don't ruin their engagement. Maybe I shouldn't use them. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. You guys have been wonderful. You've kept me company. I appreciate it so much. Hey, anytime you want me to go live, just shoot me an inbox and say, girl, go live. We want to talk. I'm on. If I'm not asleep, we can do that. So again, if you want to schedule a reading with me, I did put the website in the comments, and you can also inbox me. I'll send you the website. And you guys have a great rest of your weekend, a great week if I don't see you, and have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.